Energy, financials, and industrials taking the market lead over the last month, while tech takes a back seat. So what is market leadership telling us, you, about the American economy? Kim Forrest is with Pitt Capital. Max Wolff is with DTA, Disruptive Technology Advisors. Max, do you believe this is sort of the great rotation out of tech into everything else that people have talked about? And if so, or even if not, what has this little mini rotation told you about the American economy?
So I think the message we're getting, which is pretty clear on multiple data points here, is that the economy is good right now. Of course, the problem is, the real question is always where it's going. We think this is a strong sign, but we also think it's a little bit of a rotational rally, to your earlier point, away from big tech. And that's part of the reason in the indices you see something like the S&P, which is reliant on big tech, lag the Russell 2000. I think we'd be remiss not to mention the healthcare, but a little bit more than is totally comfortable for us is dependent on expected tax cuts and regulatory shift.
Yeah, Kim, what do you think? Is this some sort of a meaningful shift that we're seeing in the economy, or is it really just a market rotation because of valuations and everything has remained fairly constant?
Sure. Well, I think it's a little bit of the valuation story, but I see data points outside of the markets that kind of point to the success of the Russell 2000. And that would be things like today's ISM services number being pretty strong. But the biggest thing that gives me the most amount of excitement about investing in the non-momentum areas is the NFIB survey that was released in the middle of September that says small business is actually planning on increasing capital spending.
Wow.
What? I know. And I think that really leans towards the industrials and the sort of smaller companies that are U.S. based. So that would point to the Russell.
Yeah, and just quickly, Max, back to you. I have a little piece I'm going to put out maybe tonight or tomorrow morning. It's 10 pieces of economic good news people may have missed because of all the hurricanes in Las Vegas, and rightfully so, by the way. Kim mentioned ISM services, ISM manufacturing, NFIB, truck sales, rail car loads, everything is up or even at a record high. Are you worried about the economy in any way?
Yeah, so look, there's absolutely no real kind of debate here from a data perspective that our macro numbers are really good. We are a little bit worried, actually, on the longer term, not the next 6 months, but out beyond that horizon, only because we've learned from the past that we're at a little longer than normal, a little higher than normal in terms of the peak trough. And when you get to that place, you usually feel like you're invincible, and it's usually a good time to take a breather. So the good news is right now looks good. There's no real visibility for any kind of crash in the next 6 months or so, but we are kind of on borrowed time against the historical norm.
Yeah, I might have to add that NFIB piece is my 11th point, Kim, because I'd totally forgotten about it. But
yeah.
I'll send that to you when and if I decide to get around to finishing that little ditty. We call it a listicle in the business because people love lists. Kim and Max, thank you both very much. You're my 1 and 2 favorite guests on Trading Nation. Folks, thank you for tuning in. I'm Brian Sullivan. We'll see you next time.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.